This question asks us to complete and balance the following equation. As soon as I see oxygen as a reactant, I want to check to see if this is going to be a formation reaction or combustion. If this reactant was an element, then we might call it formation or combustion, but because this reactant is a compound, and because it contains carbon and hydrogen, those are good clues that this is a combustion reaction. When we have combustion reactions, the products depend on what's being combusted. So anytime carbon is being combusted completely, carbon dioxide is a product. Carbon dioxide is a gas. Whenever hydrogen is being combusted, water is a product. And because combustion takes place at high temperature, typically above 100 degrees Celsius, the water that's a product is also a gas. So the completing of this reaction is quite straightforward. It's the balancing of combustion reactions that's tricky. So let's give that a try. I've got carbon, I've got hydrogen, I have oxygen. So in reactants, I have 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens, 2 oxygens, and in products, I have 1 carbon, 2 hydrogens, and then 2 plus 1 is 3 oxygens. In combustion reactions, we always like to balance oxygen last, simply because it's alone here, so it makes it a bit more straightforward for us. So let's start with the carbon. I need to increase the carbon on the product side by multiplying. I need to turn a 1 into a 2. Therefore, I'll multiply by 2. This gives me 2 carbons on the product side, and 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5 oxygens. For the hydrogens, I need to turn a 2 into a 6. In order to do that, I multiply 2 by 3, so 3 is my coefficient. 3 times 2 is 6, and then 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 times 2 is 4. That gives me 7. Carbon is balanced, hydrogen's balanced, so only oxygen is left. However, we have a problem. Oxygen, to balance, would need to multiply by a non-whole number. 2 times 3.5 is 7. So that makes it a bit tricky. However, we can turn 2 into a 7 by multiplying by 3.5. So that turns this into a 7 and everything's balanced. In order to get rid of this non-whole number coefficient, we double all the coefficients in our reaction. So this coefficient was a 1, it now becomes a 2. This 3.5 becomes a 7. This 2 becomes a 4. And this 3 becomes a 6. This allows for our reaction to be balanced and all of our coefficients to be whole numbers. This combustion reaction is now complete and balanced.